Hey, check this out.
What is that? Oh, it's a popple.
No,
It's
it's
tuk
Tuk
tuk.
Tuk.
Yay, tuk tuk.
Go Freak Media.
Hey guys, welcome back to Go Freak Media. I am John the Phenomenon,
Y2 Chris back again.
and we are doing a trailer. Or no, we watched the movie Raya and the Last Dragon, right?
Correct.
That was super duper dope. What did you think of it?
Well, first of all, I was happy to be back in the theater,
Right,
so that was awesome.
right.
Getting some popcorn. Hot dogs weren't available, but it's understandable. Don't touch my hot dog.
They had
But
nacho cheese.
right, separate packet cheese.
Yeah, separate
So, but
yeah,
no, overall, it was a pretty entertaining movie. I liked it. My daughter liked it. Your kids and the wifey liked it, right?
yeah, they totally liked it. So, yeah, man, Ray and the Last Dragon. Cool story. Um, let's talk about who was involved here. This girl, Kelly Marie Tran, who was also this girl, who is Rose in Star Wars. If you guys know
Mm,
that, she played Raya, the main character in Raya and the Last Dragon. That character right there.
and then, little, I know there was like debate on, what ethnic background Raya is, if she was like Filipino, Indonesian, Laos, or anything like that. Here's a spoiler alert: she's none of them.
Nope. No.
Basically, what they did is they just meshed all the Southeast Asian culture in together and formed it into one. Pretty much the story. It's a made up fairy tale type island called Kumandra that happens to be shaped like a dragon, and there's like five different territories in this land: fang, heart, spine, talon, and tail.
All the parts of a dragon.
Correct. That's why it's shaped like a dragon. Well, wait, John. John.
Oh, oh yeah, it's shaped like a dragon. Who is called Sisu? This is Sisu in dragon form. This is Sisu in human form. Who is Awkafina? who
What?
who looks like
It look.
her cartoon character?
I thought I was looking at the same
I
person.
know, right? I was like, ew.
No, they did. They did a good job on that.
Yeah, they
So
did.
one of the things I like about this movie too is that the dragons, in the fairy tales of Southeast Asian, like the dragons were mostly like water dragons, not like the dragons of the folk tale, like back in like in Europe and Scotland and all that, where they're flying fire breathing dragons that you see like in Games of Thrones or anything like that.
Right, right. In some cultures, it's considered like the seahorse or a crocodile or a sea snake, right? So we got to see this fantasy style, Asian style dragon that looks like Sisu. Uh, hairy, not scaly. Furry.
Right,
Furry.
not scaly, pretty hairy.
Pretty hairy, colorful. But yeah, this was played.
Just like my daughter's toy over here. By the way, my daughter let me borrow this for this video. By the way, so
That is Sisu right there. Oh, it's a little glittery. Oh, is
it
the light
lights
on?
up.
Oh, it lights up. Oh, cool.
Yep, batteries are included. FYI.
Nice. So that was Sisu, who was played by Awkafina. Um, this is Namaari, the so-called bad guy to say, quasi bad guy, who was played by Gemma Chan, who was also in Crazy Rich Asians with Aquafina. Yeah, trip, right?
It all links up to Awkafina.
I know, weird, right? 7 degrees of Aquafina. But no, Gemma Chan played Namaari. Um, I loved her in Humans on the BBC show. She played a robot in Humans, and I was like, "Who is this?" Yeah. Uh, Gemma Chan, though, she was also one of the Marvel characters in Captain Marvel. She was a Kree in Captain Marvel, but nothing. If you didn't really pay attention to it, it wasn't really there. But trip out on Marvel doing things. She is supposedly playing Siri um, in the Eternals coming up movie that is scheduled for next year's summertime.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, with everything being pushed back, whatever. But uh, you know, just a little giving a little bit more uh, what's the word, hype towards Gemma Chan. But yeah, she did a phenomenal job. If you try to close your eyes and think you think Namaari, Gemma Chan, it's not gonna be there. I didn't think it was Gemma Chan. That's all I'm saying. But no, she did a fantastic job as a quasi bad guy in the story.
Yeah, no, and especially that we can't stop saying Gemma Chan
Gemma Chan.
and Awkafina.
Better than saying Jackie Chan. Anyways, moving on. This is Boun, who was the navigator, the pilot, sidekick. I will say sidekick. But I don't know. It's a toss up between Raya and Sisu being sidekick, Batman Robin type of thing, and this guy is I don't know. He's the sidekick pilot, right?
If this was Star Wars, he would be the Chewbacca of the group.
Yes. Okay, I'll agree with you there. Before I didn't, but now I do.
Right. There's a lot of things that you disagree, but then later realize, oh wait, Chris was right.
Yeah, Chris was right. But Bowen was played by Isaac Wang, little kid up on the come up of his acting career. But yeah, he played Bowen. Next up was Tong, who is the muscle of the group. At first, he came off looking like a bad guy, but ends up being a good guy. Who is played by this guy, Benedict Wong, who also played Wong
Wong
in Doctor Strange.
and Doctor Strange as Wong.
As Wong. It's yeah, can you believe it? But he wasn't in Crazy Rich Asians, so he did an awesome job playing Tong, this character. Um, so yeah, the movie Raya was good storyline. It gave more of a folklore. The crazy thing about Raya and the Last Dragon is that most Disney movies when they come out, they're musicals, right? This runs along the lines of non-musical, just like I don't know. Would you say The Incredibles was a musical, or it had? They never really sang in it, but there was like montage music, right?
Yeah, well, the thing though is that between The Incredibles and Raya and the Last Dragon, Raya and the Last Dragon was made by. This is not a Pixar movie
No.
on here, so this is the same studio that did Frozen, Moana. It's actually the same people who created Moana that did Raya and the Last Dragon. So yeah, I was actually surprised that I was waiting for there to be like a duet with Raya and Sisu going on the boats and like doing a musical, but there was no musical whatsoever. The thing that was interesting too when I was watching an interview, all the voice actors and all the artists of this movie, they did this at their home because of COVID.
Oh wow.
So, like all the actors and actresses and artists and writers making this movie was done all in their home. They didn't do this in a studio or anything like that. So,
Totally remote.
big, yeah, big props to them for, especially with the unfortunate times that they were having, that they actually pulled it off for that. The thing that I like about this movie is that, the message about DTA, don't trust anybody.
Right.
But, there's sometimes where you just gotta take that step forward and be that person to trust somebody
Give somebody
and
a second chance.
to be togetherness on that.
Yeah.
And then the funny thing that I couldn't stop laughing at is that in the beginning of the movie, Raya's dad was going to invite all the different tribes, and then she thought this was going to be like a fight to the death, or a talk, and then he brought up, no, we're just feeding them.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, that's such a Southeast Asian thing. Like
Right.
nothing brings people together than food.
Right. Right. Especially all the different flavors that are out there.
Yeah, exactly. So like even with my family, like I could be pissed off at my family, but then when there's dinner time, like that just goes away.
Right. Right.
Yeah, pasta banana sauce.
One of the things that you're talking about, don't trust anybody. That's the underlying issue. The underlying message to say is that in this, to give somebody a second chance, right? You have to know that that person is willing to change, though, when giving somebody a second chance. If they're willing to change, for sure, give them a second chance. But then there are people out there, not saying that, you know, this is Bible or anything, but, if somebody is not going to change their ways, it's like you can help them only so much. Are they going to change? They have to be willing to change. And then if they're willing to change, you can give them that trust. And I think that's something that's an underlying issue in saying this in Raya the Last Dragon, because it showed that somebody was willing to change, and that's when the trust was given.
Right.
I don't think the trust would have been given if the fact was they weren't willing to change. So I think that's the little underlying issue that wasn't said about this movie.
And also, like, it's with everything that's going on in the world, where the world's just so divided right now.
Yes.
It sends like a really good message. And the thing that was like ironic too was like I don't want to say the main villain, but the side villain, the Drun.
Yeah.
With them like spreading over the the country of Commandra and just like exposing all these people. I just thought it was funny. It was just like this cloud that was like going, and people were turning it into stone. I'm like, oh, that's COVID.
Oh man, like kind of like an analogy like that, but
Right.
oh man, yeah,
And then the funny thing too, as well, is that the main thing was like trying to get like these different types of orb or crystals that were into one to like defeat them. And then I was just like counting. If you can see over here, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was like, wait a minute, that's the Infinity Stones.
Oh man, when you put it like that, oh man,
No, that was just a joke.
right? But yeah, man, if you haven't seen Raya and the Last Dragon, go see it. I know it's out on Disney Plus too. But just as an experience to go watching the movies with your friends, go do it. There's still COVID precautions out there, but you know what? Go check out this movie. It was definitely worth it to see it on the big screen. I give it two thumbs up.
No hot dogs, by the way.
Oh, it happens sometimes.
Yeah, but I would give it. I don't know if we could do something down below here, but out of like 5 Go Freak symbols, I would give it 5 Go Freaks.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that.
Someone's gonna be busy editing tonight.
Oh man. Hey, at least I can edit now.
We're all proud of you.
Yep. That's it on my end as far as it goes with Raya and the Last Dragon. Anything else that you would like to tell the folks out there?
No, I mean, like I said, it's just a feel-good movie. Just something to just enjoy. Kudos to the artist that did this movie. I mean, like the movie was so vibrant with colors and stuff like that, and especially you and I that are Southeast Asian descendants, it's very appreciative to like see that type of mixture of culture, not with just being Filipino, but also Laos, Taiwanese, Vietnamese, like all of it is in there. So for people that are familiar with or are part of the Southeast Asian culture, it's very appreciative to see that on the big screen.
Yep. Yep. Let's not forget Thailand. Let's not forget Cambodia.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
There's a lot. There is, but it was totally enjoyable. Please go watch it. But yeah, thanks for watching Go Freak Media. I'm John the Phenomenon.
Why too, Chris?
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go Freak Media TV.
Go Freak Media.